The rain is coming down once again in Neenah. This is the summer I'm going to remember for several things, but one of them is, oh my gosh, we must have got like 40 inches of rain. It was like Noah's Ark flooding here in Neenah, Wisconsin this year. I love walking in the rain. When I was a younger man, I used to love running in the rain. I could run forever. I just love being in the rain. Now, it's not a very cold rain today, so there isn't a whole bunch of goosebumps on my skin, but this is nothing compared to the cold shower that I took this morning. But I believe with every fiber, with every molecule, that God is in the rain. Now, most people, when it's raining like this, everybody runs inside, away from the rain. Not me. I'm the guy that puts on his swim shorts, stands on the sidewalk, and just to feel clean by the rain coming down from heaven. It's just an amazing sensation. I was really hoping that I'd get some goosebumps on my skin today, because it's just a cool feeling getting goosebumps for a good reason. I mean, there's been a lot of people that have told me in my life over the years that when I talk to them, they get goosebumps. Now, you can give goosebumps for a good reason, and you can give goosebumps for a bad reason. I love giving my wife goosebumps for a good reason. That's for sure. Now, I had a lot of grand plans for today, but sometimes Grandpa Bob and the weatherman change those plans for me. So I don't plan on jumping on my bike and riding all over creation today if it's going to rain like this. So I guess what I'm going to do is sit down in front of my computer like my wife does every day and see about trying to make the world a better place with the power of words. She is so good at that. So it might be a quiet day, sitting down in front of the computer, listening to the raindrops on the roof, and dreading going into the basement and firing up the shop vac and spraying the Lysol. Ugly Bush, God is in the rain. All right, this might be perfect timing. I just heard the sound. I think the van might be driving in. My wife, the editor, might be home. I'm going to do some writing today. Here's Mrgrrr from Canada. I think people in Canada are kind by nature. Maybe I belong in Canada. But anyway, here's a review I wrote for a hobby shop that I would say is, bar none, probably one of my favorite businesses I've ever been to in my life. If I could, this place would have 10 stars. But this little review is not perfect because my editor wasn't here. I did this one all by myself, so here we go. I graduated college in the 90s and have been a loyal customer to Chimera Hobby Shop for what seems like a lifetime. I should put it seems like a lifetime. That would sound better. That rolls off the tongue better. Bobby, the guy that runs the shop, is one of the most memorable gents I have in my long list of memories from the good old days. Well, Mr. grew up, got a job, made some money, and now is looking to give something back by making board and card games for the next generation. I hope I meet those customers at Chimeras that make a promise to themselves to never lose their imagination. That sentence is a little clunky. My sweetheart could have polished that up and taken that idea and made it into a sparkling gem. Thanks for all the memories, Bobby. I still have the Black Punisher Marvel t-shirt I bought about 30 years ago. Remember when I wore that to your Magic the Gathering tournaments and won nearly all of them? Good times, my friend. See you soon. Now, Bobby, I wrote him an email asking permission to film in his store, and I would think he would say yes, but you never know. Like, it's his business, it's his baby. I want to make sure that I do everything under the sun to make Bobby at Chimera Hobbies, because I can't say Chimera. Sorry, it's Chimeras. I want them to succeed. So, anyway, I hope that Bob reads this review and he smiles and he feels, you know what? It was a lot of work making that hobby shop into what it was. And I hope at the end of his career, he feels like, wow, it was worth every second of it.
Thank you for calling the Plaza in downtown Neenah. For skating information, please press 1. For Globe Coffee, please press 2. For event information, please press 3. Globe Coffee is open from 7 a.m. until 3 p.m. Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. until 3 p.m. Saturday and Sunday, and open during skating hours. We are cashless and only accept credit, debit, and mobile pay. For menus, prices, and additional information, please visit our website at www.theplazaneenah.com. To repeat this information, please press the star key. If you have additional questions, please press 0 to speak to a staff member.
Hi, this is the Plaza and Globe Coffee. How can I help you?
Hi, my name is Mr. Van Ryken. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Now, this is going to be probably an interesting thing for me to say. Right now, I'm recording this conversation for my YouTube blog. Does that make you uncomfortable in any way?
That's okay.
Okay, because, we're in a state where you don't have to tell people you're recording people, but, like, I feel it's always kind of a creeper thing to do it without people's permission.
Okay.
The only reason I'm doing it is for my own personal accountability. So there's nothing like if you could say anything you want, it doesn't matter. But I was going to write a Yelp review about your establishment, Globe Coffee.
Yeah.
And I wanted to ask a few questions first, just to make sure that the review was fair. So
Yeah, do you want me to put you on the phone with like my shift lead right now?
no, you're fine. You're fine. You're absolutely fine. Like, the thing is, like, your opinion is just as important as everybody else's. Like, I came in there a few days ago, and what a beautiful place it is. And
Yeah.
I wanted to, buy something to, not look like a vagrant just walking through, enjoying the scenery or whatnot. And I realized that you guys do not take cash. Do you? Can you guys tell me the reason why you've chose to go that route? Because, there's a lot of old guys like me that we carry cash in our pockets. We're not like a credit card generation, and like turning away, good business. I just want to know what the reason behind that is and what the logic is, if you don't mind explaining it to me.
Right, yeah. And I probably don't have as good an answer as like one of our managers would have, but to my understanding, we opened in 2021, so it was like just after COVID, and so it was kind of too just like the handling of cash back and forth and how we do the cards. Like, we don't even take the person's card, so they tap it or insert it themselves, so there's no like exchange there just because of germs and anything of that, and also kind of a safety, just as a safety thing. With we don't even have a cash box or anything like that, just because of being downtown.
Right, no robbery. No robbery is good. I get that.
Yeah, and we pay like the card fee as well, so
okay,
not something like on any of the customers.
That's kind of the answer I was expecting. I just wanted to make sure because you don't want to make assumptions. But one of the things that I've done in my lifetime is I have always tried to remove like all fear from my life, so like having an establishment that doesn't take money because it might have germs and you don't have money because we're afraid of getting robbed. To me, that just kind of has like a little bit of a message of fear, and that's something I've always tried to help dispel wherever I go in my travels. So anyway, I thank you for your time. I appreciate you. And
you're welcome.
And I hope this doesn't make you uncomfortable. I want to make the most fair review possible because, hey, your place is just beautiful. And I'd like to...
All right, thanks so much.
Yep, have a good day.
Yep, you as well.
Bye-bye. Yep, bye-bye. Well, the rain has stopped for now. and the sun is out, and the only moisture to be found is the sweat on Mrgrrr's brow. Kind of like the honor system at the YMCA, swimming laps. If you swim so many laps at the YMCA, you get free t-shirts. And here we got a sign that says log your loops. If you do 50 of them, you get a free t-shirt. I don't know if I'm gonna do 50 today because I don't know how long the loop is. If it's a 10-mile loop, well, that's 500 miles. And if that's the case, I better call the wife and say, you know what, I'm gonna be busy for a few hours. But yeah, I got a watch. I got a lot of thoughts in my head. I got this cell phone thing in my hand that can play the music Sunflowers by Post Malone. I was just at Washington Park because all three of my poems just got obliterated by the rain today. It came down so hard, so hard. The basement is wrecked again, but before I get the can of Lysol out, I said, you know what? I'm gonna get a piece of sidewalk chalk out and leave a poem at the park. And I got a little bit of dust on my fingers yet from that. You can see the blue on there. And there was a little guy. Man, couldn't have been more than 1.5. And he was running around with a Spider-Man outfit on. There's a lot of superheroes in the world. It could have been anybody. He could have been Wolverine. He could have been Deadpool, Superman, Batman. But no, he was Spider-Man. So I said in a very loud voice to the people at the park, I said, who does Spider-Man belong to? And a mom raised her hand. And I said, hey, you know, I'm having a bad day today. And I wanted to come to the park and write a poem to make myself feel better. And on the way here, I was listening to Sunflowers by Post Malone, which is from, and she smiled. She finished the sentence for me. She said, Spider-Man. I said, yeah. So I gave her a sticker with my logo on it. It's blue and green, kind of like that log your steps thing over there. It's about how kindness has no limits. So after doing that, I feel better. After I shut up, put my phone on my clip, put my favorite song to boost my mood on the YouTube and start my first journey on my first loop of many. Yeah, things are looking sunny. It's supposed to start raining again anytime, so I'm gonna quit the talking and get to pedaling. But yeah, I wonder who I can give that free t-shirt to make the world a better place. My wife demanded to know what I learned about her yesterday, and I said, well, I learned you got your tattoo when you were 20 or 21, which means you got it 8 years ago. Whoop! My sweetie's 29!
Math.